Alright, hey YouTube, it's Dr. Brockton. I'm going to be doing this from a slightly different angle today. I'm going to show you guys how to short stroke a gas blowback pistol, and in this case it is a KWA ATP. As far as I know, I'm the first person on YouTube to do this, so hopefully you guys will find this helpful. First thing you're going to need to do is obviously take the thing out of the box. I'm actually going to show you guys what I'm going to short stroke this thing with. I'll explain how to short stroke in just a second, but I'm going to use these two, I don't even know what they are, they're like little brass sleeves almost, but anyways, I'll save those for later. First thing you're going to need to do is disassemble your ATP. So take out the magazine, lock the slide back, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the magazine. Well, then you're going to actually take this part. I've actually already gassed this up so I can show you guys how this works. I'm actually going to real quick show you what it sounds like firing without short stroke. This is a completely unmodified ATP. Okay, I'm going to fire like twice, and listen to the cycle rate. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take this out. I'm actually going to hold this under my arm so that I keep the gas warm, so I get better gas efficiency. So you're going to have to split your ATP, which if you have an ATP, you know how to do this. You just split like this. You do not need to do anything to the lower frames. I'm going to set that off to one side. So then you have your slide like this. You're going to take out the spring, because the spring is actually what you modify. Okay, so these are the parts that you have now. Okay. So I'm going to take one of these little brass sleeves. And first, real quick, let me explain what size they need to be. They need to be small enough so that they will sit down in here, like that. Whoops, my barrel's sliding all over the place. Need to be small enough so that the casing will sit like that, and the spring rod can slide through it. Okay. Then let me show you something else. It has to be small enough also so that the spring cannot go through it, but it has to be big enough that the guide rod can. So here's the spring, putting the casing over it. See, the guide rod comes on out, but it doesn't let the spring pass through. Okay, so that's the size that they need to be. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm actually going to do something a little bit different from how I normally do it, just because I think this is the easiest. I'm going to go ahead and put one casing on there. I'm going to go ahead and slide the other one on there. Okay, so all I've got at this point, I just have these two little brass sleeves on here like this. They're not glued on, they're not doing anything funky, they're just on there. Then I'm going to have to actually stand up to do this, because I can't see well enough sitting down. I'm going to put the spring guide rod in its proper place, and I'm just going to put the spring back like that. Okay, so now you have a short-stroked ATP. The way this works, obviously, if a spring doesn't have enough space to fully extend, it's more powerful. So the one thing that this will do to your pistol that is a downside for some people, it's not a downside for me, it's just a downside for some people, is that because the spring cannot come as far back, this slide will not lock anymore. You can adjust it so that like you can use one sleeve instead of two, and it'll make it be able to lock back, but you won't get as high of a cyclic rate. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back on. Nothing changes. If you use the right size pieces up here, nothing will get in the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide this back on. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, that's as far back as it goes. I hope you guys can see that. Here is the notch that the slide release goes up in. I'm pushing back as hard as I can. That's as far back as it goes. It's not even close. So it will not lock back anymore. Okay, but as a result of that, it actually feeds faster. So I'm going to go ahead and put this mag back in. The other thing is, normally if you're dry firing, you got to lock the spring down if you don't want to hold the slide release down. You don't have to do that. It's just going to keep firing until it runs out of gas. At least as long as I'm pulling the trigger. So listen to the cyclic rate now, and hopefully you guys can tell a difference. Like, I'm going to machine gun fire this like real fast. Let's see if you guys can tell a difference. Well, I'm pretty much out of gas now. But anyways, it's just simple short stroking. I'm actually going to show you guys how to undo this, just because some people ask. So I've cleared it, no gas. You're just going to take the slide off here's your mod again, and you just take this out. Now you've got your regular spring. Put that back in there. Put that back on. Slide back in. See, it's firing again. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference in the cycle rate. I definitely could. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope that this showed you guys how to short stroke a gas pistol in a way that you can turn around and use. Just a quick tip: whatever you use to short stroke it really needs to be metal. Plastic probably will not hold up. Schwell 11 on YouTube, I think he used part of a pen. That'll work. Just as long as it's strong enough to hold up under the slide, rack it back and forth. Like, for example, on a 1911, you probably would need something stronger than on this ATP, just simply because the slide is lighter on this than it is on the 1911. So yeah, just be sure that your parts will hold up to the force put on them, and you should be fine. This actually helps with gas efficiency a little bit. So, anyways, it's just kind of cool. If you don't mind not having the slide lock back anymore, if that's not a big deal for you, this is great because it saves you gas and it makes the gun fire faster. So, yeah, so just I hope this helped. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll be glad to try to answer them as soon as I can. So, yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching.